All right, what's up everybody? So I'm headed to a customer's house right now, and this tank we've been servicing for a long time. And I finally just made a decision that we're gonna just really hook this tank up, add a bunch of cool stuff to it. So it's a unique tank, it's beautiful. It's just lacking for fish and coral. So I need your guys' help. Let me know what you think would work well in this tank and give me some ideas. Now, this is going to come out of our own funds, so we'll be paying for this. So, let's keep it no $400 fish or anything like that. All right, but before we do that, I have something really cool to show you. Check it out. I always like showing you guys new and cool fish. Check out this swallowtail angelfish. Now, this is a great fish that we have in multiple customers' tanks. If you're looking for an angel that's reef safe and is a really good community fish, this is it right here. I love the zebra striping on it. So pretty. This one's been in this tank for about, it's got to be going on 2 years now. So he's gotten pretty big, but I'm sure he'll grow a little bit more. And usually they get streamers. This one doesn't, the streamers on his tail aren't as long, but we have one in the customer's tank where the streamers are like crazy long. But peaceful fish, like I said, seems to get along with most other fish. Doesn't present a problem in that way. Very hardy, eats pretty much anything and everything, good eater. Now, as far as tank size, I would say I wouldn't go less than 125 gallons with these guys. They like to swim. You can see this one kind of moving around. He knows I'm gonna feed him because I got some food right here that he's aware of. And, but yeah, they need a good amount of length. I'd say at least 6 foot, from side to side to swim in. I wouldn't go any less than that. But for the most part, they're not as active as tangs, I wouldn't say. Typical angelfish behavior. And like I said, they'll eat most variety of foods. Also, not a skittish fish at all. Like a lot of tangs are very scary. So like a blue hippo tang or something, you come close to the tank and they go and hide. This fish is always out. Look at him battling with the puffer for food. That's so cool. But this fish is always out. It's not skittish when you approach the tank, so you'll always be able to appreciate it. It doesn't go into hiding like a lot of tangs do, and I think that also makes it a great selection. And I haven't had any experience with these guys. Like, I haven't experienced it myself of them going after coral, so I for sure think they are reef safe. They don't seem to be, this one doesn't seem to be messing with coral at all. And definitely not inverts or anything like that. There's plenty of shrimp in this tank and plenty of snails in this tank and hermits and things. And not many fish have that pattern, that zebra pattern, which I'm obsessed with. And as far as angelfish go, you have the swallow, you have, this guy, you have the Bellis, and you have the Lamarck. And I would say this one, to me, is kind of top of the list just because I love the personalities. And in the tanks that we have, I don't really deal with aggression with them. That's not to say that you might get the one that will be aggressive, but in our experience, these guys play well with others. So if you're looking for a reef safe angel and you have a big enough tank, this is my suggestion. That is a really pretty fish. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna work for the tank we're gonna be going to today, but at the shop, we have a couple fish in quarantine that just might work for this tank, so check them out. Then there's always firefish that add a nice splash of color. Get a couple of these in there. Got white body with that red tail. Affordable fish, you can get a couple of them in there and look really nice. In the same tank with the copper band, we have these bar gobies, which are really neat looking fish, unique looking, kind of like a firefish in the way their body length is. They have some really nice pink stripes on the side, and they kind of stay together, so you get a group of them and it would kind of fill out your tank. So I think this is definitely a candidate for something cool to put in the tank we're going to go to today. Look at them. Look how all three of them stick together. And they would be all over the tank. They wouldn't just be in the top, they would be in the bottom, they'd be everywhere. They are jumpers. That's one thing that to keep in mind. We have some copper bands in stock right now in quarantine. We have a couple of these and they are doing awesome. Look how beautiful that fish is. This is a fish I've always wanted to keep, but I always get scared because, once they get bigger, they pick on coral. They also can be a relatively harder to keep fish just because they can be a bit picky on what they eat. But I mean, look at this guy. I love that fake eye spot. How do you not fall in love with this fish? And the other cool thing about him is we got them eating frozen food and live food. So they've been eating really good while they're in quarantine, even though the quarantine's a bit stressful. This one's coming out now to eat. We have one over here as well. But they're eating, which is very important when going through this quarantine process, because we want to make sure that they're healthy as they're getting their medications. Look at that pretty flash of wrasse. Look at that bright red. How awesome would that look in somebody's aquarium? It's really hard to find red fish in this hobby too. And that flasher is in quarantine as well and eating like a champ. Poor Watchman Goby right here better step his game up or he's not gonna get any food. Also got a target mandarin here that is eating live brine in quarantine as well. These fish are awesome, man. Just a cool looking fish, and anytime people come into the shop, this is one of the fish that always sticks out to them. Look how he just flaps its fins like a hummingbird. So methodical how they move. Look at that, eating frozen food, eating live food. Great fish, highly recommend. All right, so here we are at the tank, and just look at this monster. Really tall aquarium. And this was set up a while ago, custom made. Everything in here is custom made. That's fake rock right there, fake rock structure. Kind of the same stuff that the fake corals are made out of, but still it looks really natural. It doesn't look fake at all. The coral inside are real. So let's go ahead and take a tour of what we have here so far so you guys can help me get an idea of what else to put in here. So we have a yellow chorus wrasse right there. I love that little buddy. Got a chromis, got some damsels, like three damsels. Got some damsels here. PJ Cardinal, we have two PJ Cardinals. We have a little Labucky wrasse. We got a skunk clown, which I definitely think we should add some more skunk clowns. Royal Grandma right there. And that pretty much taps us out. Yeah, there's a little black and white damsel, but I think that pretty much taps us out. And I think there's a little sand sifter somewhere around here, hiding. I'm not sure where he's at, but yeah, there's one more little sand sifter down here in the sand. Oh, here he goes. And that is it, that's all we have. And as far as coral, really beautiful mushrooms right there. Mostly soft corals in here, waving Hanianthelia that's fallen down to the ground, some pallies, blue mushrooms, a lot of mushrooms, toadstool, gorgonians, anemones, hammer coral behind that gorgonian, waving Hanianthelia up there. This is such a tall tank. We have some star polyp, hopefully that will start to take off and grow. Oh, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 anemones. It started with 1, they're starting to grow, so that's kind of cool. But that's what we have in this tank right now. Like I said, we can add so much more in here, but I just want some good ideas. Now, we're here twice a week, and whatever we put in here, whatever we put in this tank has to be able to eat flake food or pellet food. So it's got to be a relatively hardy fish and, you know, versatile as far as what it eats. Found a little mandarin in here. I haven't seen this guy forever. There he is, little dragonette. Cool. Nice. Now, the question is that a male or female? Maybe we could pair that one off. But this is the tank, guys. It's a huge, huge, huge aquarium. I think a lot of little fish would look really like cool in this aquarium. Just make it a ton of little fish. Make it look like a true reef. So we want to add corals. So the hammer coral is doing really well. So I think we can do more of those. I think that'd be nice. And all the softies are doing excellent. That includes different types of zoanthids in here. It's such a big aquarium that it would take a lot of coral to fill this out. But we need something low maintenance, easy to take care of, hardy. That's the key to whatever we put in this tank. So down in the comment suggestions, greatly appreciated, because I really want to just kind of put a bunch of fish in here, put a bunch of nice coral in here, and then we're all set, and then we can just enjoy the tank. One thing I'll point out is I love like all these little caves down here. I think it'd be cool to add a bottom dwelling fish or something like that. This is the only guy down here. Now we definitely want some more movement. Rock flower anemone, that's another good thing. Yeah, rock flower anemones will work great here as well. But we obviously want some swimming, some motion, but I think let's not neglect down here. Let's get some little ground critters on the bottom as well to add a little bit of life to the tank. There is a ton of possibilities, and I cannot wait to hear from you guys and what you have to say. And I think we can really turn this tank into something really beautiful to look at. The height of this tank is just absolutely ridiculous. So this is the top right here where the lights are and stuff. And this is my view when I'm cleaning the tank. Like it's really, really high up. So it's deep. Plenty of room for fish. That hammer coral is doing amazing right there. It's just blocked by that gorgonium, which just overgrew it. And you have like all these little shelving areas that are good spots to put coral. I'm thinking there's a lot of flow up here, maybe monopora, some type of SPS would be kind of cool there. Big old plating red cat monopora. It's a lot of real estate here. It is such a unique aquarium, and I really want to like just load it with a bunch of, you know, reef style fish. You can add a couple more corals in there, but I want you to like walk in there and just see movement, so much movement, and just look at the tank and just look every square inch of there, that there's something going on, something interesting to pay attention to. I don't see a reason why we couldn't add upwards of like 20 fish easily in that tank. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment down below. Any, suggestions would be appreciated. And then stay tuned, because I'm gonna be putting a lot of stuff in here, depending on your suggestions. And I'll keep you posted on how the tank looks and any new additions we make. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.